Going on, guys? Another night here with Worth the Talk. Before I get started, yes, I am wearing sunglasses in my room. Why? Well, I work 12-hour shifts, so that is the cause and effect of what my eyes look like, and you guys will not see them today. So today is self-love. Do we have it? Do we need it? Do we want it? That's a question that you guys are going to have to ask yourselves. I cannot speak for anybody but myself, and that's all I'm going to do today is speak about myself. Things that a lot of you guys probably don't even know or might have thought that you knew, but I'm going to be 100% transparent with you guys today. I'm very open about my life. I have been through some things that have put me through some trials and tribulations, and it's changed me for good and it's changed me for bad. Growing up, I didn't have my mom. My parents split up when I was a very young boy, and the one thing that I really paid the price for in that was the need to have a woman's love in my life. We moved around a lot as a kids, and I didn't have my mom around the way most people do, the way I wish I did. And it was hard to just even talk to my mom because we lived so far, and my dad wasn't always the best person to be understanding of that. But in my relationships, I felt like I always needed to be loved. Even when I wasn't in a relationship, I feel like I needed to be in one just to feel love from somebody. And that's all I ever wanted, was just to be loved and understood. Now, there was a lot of women out there that I dated and a lot of women out there that I talked to that did understand me, but because of my insecurities, I stopped myself from finding somebody that really loved me. Until I met my daughter's mom. She gave me the love that I haven't really felt from anybody ever, and she was the most support that I've ever had in my life, and we had a beautiful daughter from it. But unfortunately, being the insecure and I guess crappy person that I was at the time, I lost all that. And I think the worst thing that I did after losing everything was I chose to pursue somebody else almost immediately after. And that was my biggest mistake. Now, the person that I did it with was not a mistake. That person was a very genuine, loving person, and I never got the chance to tell her that I'm sorry. But if she ever sees this video, I'm sorry. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You guys don't know a lot about me. I have changed throughout the years, and people that still want to define me as a person that they remembered in high school, then so be it. I no longer care about the things that people think of me, because that is not who I am. If I allow myself to care, then I am allowing you to define me. You didn't make me, so you can't break me. I am on a healing journey right now to learn how to love myself. We all have our own definitions of self-love. Mine is to love, accept, and understand yourself for what you are, who you are, and who you want to be. But the most important thing out of all that is to love yourself. I do things right now to show that I do love myself. I'll do little things like go to the movies by myself, and I'll go to Yard House by myself, and I now currently go to Starbucks to have some alone time. I'll read and I'll do some editing and I'll listen to some music, whatever I need to do, but it's all for myself. I used to be a person that was always about being with somebody 24/7, and at the time, they loved it, I loved it, but I grew tired of it very quickly, because deep down it was just a mask of what I was really hurting from, and that's self-love. Since high school, I have been, and I promise you, I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, I'm not trying to put myself on a pedestal, but I was a womanizer. At certain points I did know I looked good because they were always telling me, and I believed it, and I knew that girls wanted me. And did I take advantage of it? Not necessarily, but I did play the part of, I guess, wanting to feel it from every woman that was given it to me. And was I always loyal? No. Was I always truthful? Absolutely not. And I'm not afraid to admit it, because that side of me needed to happen for me to be the person that I'm trying to be now, and the person that I've created myself to be now. I'm not perfect right now. I'm still working on myself, and that is something that is going to happen over time, but I am not regretful for the things that I've done, only because if I were to start making those mistakes now at this age, it definitely would affect my future. It would affect my ability to one day want to get married, because yes, as a 20-year-old man, I still want to get married. I still see a lot of benefits into it, and I do love the thought of knowing that I can be with one person for the rest of my life. With that being said, it's hard right now. It's hard to be in a relationship and give back what is given to you. And a lot of that has to do with us men not loving ourselves to our full capability. When you allow yourself to be loved by your own self, you are opening doors for women, men, whatever, to come into your life, love you, you being able to give that back to your full potential, because you love yourself to your full potential. When you are sure of yourself, it doesn't bring out a cockiness in you, it brings out a confidence that sometimes we lack when we look in the mirror, when we go out on to a club, to a bar, to a party. You look at other people, and yeah, they're gonna look probably better than you. And that's not always the case, but it does happen. But when you are showing your confidence in the way you walk, in the way you talk, it's noticed by women. Now, I'm not a women expert, but I do know what has worked for me in the past before, and I think the biggest advice that I could give to any guy out there is be yourself and be honest. That will take you a long way, because the lies that you tell in the beginning, because you think that you might not ever talk to that person, or you don't have, you know, those type of intentions with that woman, but end up being with that woman, well, all that stuff's gonna come back, and they're gonna question everything you said, and then you're kind of putting yourself in a situation that you don't want to be in. You gotta be willing to change. How do you change? Well, you gotta be able to accept that there are some things wrong with you. A lot of us don't think that there's anything wrong with us, or a lot of us are so arrogant to say that there is anything wrong with us. You know, I've done anger management before. Not by choice, but am I glad I did it? Absolutely. It made me understand that I was an angry kid. I was an angry person. I held in so much anger, and I released it at the worst times, because I would bottle it in for days and weeks and months until I exploded. I used to punch walls, I used to throw things, I used to break my stuff, and it was just an ugly side of me. But the anger management made me realize that I had a problem. And that's how I want you guys to understand that that's how you do it, with the self-love, self-confidence, all that stuff. You got to know that you're not perfect, and that's okay, because that allows you to change. That allows you for growth. I struggle with it a lot, you guys. I do. And I know some of you guys that are watching this do too. But have faith in yourself. No one's going to be able to do it for you. Right now, everything that I'm doing for myself, I look at myself in the mirror, and, you know, when I'm making these videos, a lot of things just come to mind as I'm talking, and I'm talking freely here. I have nothing written down, and I'm just going off of my own raw feelings, because that's what you guys need to hear. Not something that's scripted, not something that is pre-planned or anything like that. Because I'm a real person with real feelings, with real insecurities, and I'm a man, and we're supposed to be masculine, we're supposed to be this, we're supposed to be that. There's these standards that are held by us, but we don't talk about the things that are still okay to feel, and that's, you know, insecure, vulnerable, whatever. Change is good. Look into it for yourself. You are the investment. You don't understand what you could do for yourself in relationships. You don't understand what you can do yourself for in jobs, in life, if you just practice self-love every day. Because it's not a one-time thing that you can do. It's really not. You gotta just do it every day, like you get up to brush your teeth. You gotta self-love every day, like you take a shower every day. You get out of bed every day. You eat every day. Whatever the case is, you gotta think about it that way. I never ever want to feel the things that I felt before. And I know they were all caused by me. The things that I did, to who I did them to, the things that people did to me, how it affected everybody around me, how it affected the people that I loved. It was just a crappy feeling. It was so crappy, and I never want to feel that again. I've been through a lot, you guys. I've been through a lot, and I've done a lot too. I've done a lot of bad things. I've hurt a lot of people, but if I allow those things to define me, I will always feel crappy, insecure, and I will never love myself. Forgiveness is something that I can also give to myself and say, I will no longer do this. I will only reciprocate what is reciprocated back to me. You cannot let somebody come love you in your life until you learn to love yourself. And that's just a fact. Something will happen, not right away, maybe not in the middle, but maybe any time during a relationship with somebody, where that lack of self-love will come out, and it will show, and it will ruin things for you, and you will ask yourself, why did I allow myself not to work on myself first? You cannot be good until you want to change the bad and even adjust to the good. You can't take care of somebody if you can't take care of yourself. You can't love somebody if you can't love yourself. It's that simple. Because confidence is everything in a relationship. You have confidence in your girl, you have confidence in your man, you have confidence in the relationship, you have confidence in your security, what you provide, what you do. You know, there's a saying that men are supposed to be the leaders. Well, how can you do that when you have all these, you know, insecurities and all these worries about yourself as a human being, as a person? And a lot of it comes from just not loving yourself, and that's just plain truth. I don't want to kind of keep rewinding back on the same thing over and over again, but the key points here is to love yourself, do things for yourself, and allow yourself to be happy. I struggle with allowing myself to be happy and patting myself on the back for the good things that I've done, and the good positive feedback that people give me. It's not always an acceptance party for me. I don't always just say, you know, hey, I'm happy, hey, I'm good, because I'm not. So with that being said, you guys, love yourselves. Only way I can put it is to love yourself. It's not going to be an easy road to go down, but it's definitely worth it. And that's all that I'm trying to preach here to you guys, is self-worth, self-love, a lot of things, because we tend to forget about ourselves in the process of life, in the process of fatherhood, in the process of relationships, in the process of responsibility. Don't forget about yourself. You're important. Even if nobody tells you, even if you don't even feel it, I'm telling you right now, you're important. And I'm going to be here for you guys. I'm going to be a voice, and I'm going to be open, 100% open to you guys about my life and who I am and the things that I've done, because there's no shame in my past as long as I leave it my past. You guys will see and feel the change in my journey as days and weeks and months and years go by, because I don't plan on stopping this. I don't plan on stopping the self-healing. I don't plan on stopping the self-love. And I want you guys to join me. If you get anything out of this, is learn from your mistakes. Love you guys.